everyone, and welcome again to another cook along with the kitchen exploration and the Taqueen program. Thank you so much for joining us today. And today, I wonder what...
making a milkshake.
Oh, or smoothies. Hey, smoothies. What's your name again?
Jack.
Okay, sorry, I should know that by now. So my kitchen hand for the day is Jack, and I'm Victor. I'm the lifestyle chef, and it is my job to try and share as much cooking information and kitchen safety with you at home and your little one to really make your kitchen a fun and safe environment. Our objective here is to make sure you at home get more involved in your own kitchen with your family, and in the same process learn something from it, and obviously your children get to learn out of the process as well. So for today we are doing smoothies. We're going to make 2 smoothies today, and Jack and I thought a handy way to use the leftover bits of your smoothies is to make
Popsicles.
or ice lollies. Exactly. So not only do you get to enjoy your smoothie immediately, but for later or for dinner or the next day, you get to enjoy your smoothie frozen. Now I know hot weather, the first thing one wants to do is either cool down in the water or have something cold. So the nice part about that smoothie, not only is it going to be nutritious, but on top of that, it is something that's going to keep you cool during hot weather and hot months. So smoothie number 1, if you have not already got your little mise en place, meaning all your prep out of the way, we are going to do a strawberry smoothie. And remember, the best part about a smoothie is it's entirely your own preference here. So the big point I'm trying to make here is whatever fruit you have, that can go in. If you don't like it to be too cold, you can simply just add your fruit to the blender cup with some yogurt, meaning you can have a coconut-based yogurt or a dairy-based yogurt. Then the rest of your liquids and maybe something else is going to thicken it up or make it a bit crunchy. So whatever your preferences are. But in our first smoothie, we're going to do a strawberry smoothie, and we're going to add some of our growling granola from 2 weeks back. So if you keep on making that, if you don't have growling granola or normal granola or plain oats, that's also fine. Nuts will work just as fine. So we're going to have our strawberries, we're going to have some growling granola. We're using dairy-based yogurt. If you prefer to go full vegetarian, a coconut-based yogurt is 100% fine, no problem at all. If you want to add some dairy, we're using a nut milk. We're going to use an almond milk because we had it already open in the fridge. We're going to add some honey for a little bit of sweetness. Some of the berries, and the reason why we're adding honey is sometimes berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries can be quite tart. And for the kids, it is actually quite bitter. So something to keep in mind, if you do not want to add honey, add a banana or half a banana. That will do exactly the same part. Bottom line, it adds a little bit of sweetness to the color and also adds flavor. So without further ado, we are going to jump right into our first smoothie. You will need a blender. There are various types of blenders. I just want to show you another one. If you have this but you don't know what it really is and you're covered at home, this is called a stick blender. It usually comes in the jug. You plug it in and you have got something blended. We're going to use a blender cup. So that comes with a big jug, a machine, different speeds, and that is another version. Or something like the NutriBullet is a handy dandy machine. It is super strong. It blends it in no time. So another device of blending. So as you can see, there's various types of blending devices, but bottom line, the only way to break down the icicles or the ice, that is the frozen berries, you will need a strong motor or a blender. Unfortunately, you can't do it by hand, just normal, or else you won't get that same effect. So jackpot, please, with sugar on top, can you start our process? I think we need to add some strawberries.
Strawberries. Cocoa.
That's going to be a lot, but then again, we are going to make popsicles, so that's fine. Add your strawberries. Peeps can see you. Strawberries.
And raspberries.
Okay, Jack would like some raspberries. Remember, if you don't have raspberries, strawberries is fine. Just a little bit, not all of it, but there we go. Yeah, that's fine, boy. I'm going to take a few out. Also remember, the more frozen stuff you put in, meaning frozen berries, frozen fruit, the thicker your smoothie is going to be. So in our case, jackpot, if we add too much of the frozen stuff, our smoothie is going to be very thick. So you will have to add more milk, more of the almond milk or water. In that case, in some cases, some juices, but the thing is we do not want concentrated fruit juices in the smoothie just for the health factor we're trying to achieve there. All right, cool. So Jack has added our berries. Just hang on, boy. Jack's added our berries. He's added some normal yogurt. In your case, if you do prefer to go full vegetarian, please go for a nut milk and a coconut based yogurt. That we're going to add a little bit of vanilla essence. Now that I'll do this because when we practice this, Jack added too much of vanilla essence and that was too much. So we're going to add a little bit of vanilla extract. Please, I would say half a teaspoon. We just want that aroma to come through in this particular dish or finish. So half a teaspoon. The stuff is quite strong. It is beautiful on the nose, but if you add too much, it does actually. No, we're not going to add that yet. It adds too much of a bit different flavor to our end product. So if you could please squeeze that out enough. Your eagerness and your strong muscles from our brain building eggs just made you super strong. Okay. I'm gonna add some nut milk. And there we have it.
Peanut butter.
No. We're gonna have that for our next smoothie. Cool. You add it there. So just okay, let me do this. The machine is gonna be quite noisy. So let's push power on, and while this is blending, bear with us. I'm gonna go out of the shop. Ta-da! And we are done. Now it's time for the best part, and it's to drink. Ta-da! It's nice and runny, so Jack didn't add too much fruit or too much frozen. Come stand in front of me, boy, and don't make too much noise. All right, don't bash things. Leave that. It's fine if it's a little bit chunky. If you want to have less chunk, obviously blend your smoothie a bit longer. Whoops, we've got a dripping jug there. Cheers, dude. And there you have it, smoothie number 1. Lovely, lovely. So I'm going to clear, but I don't want to. So also the part of why we are doing, let me do this, because you're going to make a real mess. How about you just enjoy your smoothie? So we've got rocket shape popsicle holders, but it doesn't really matter whatever you are doing. The reason why we are doing 2 smoothies is because now we can layer it. So instead of just having one flavor, Jack and his little brother can enjoy a popsicle with 2 different layers. Now you can make 3 or 4, however many flavors you want to add to your popsicle. Even if you just want to add a little bit of honey to start with, and then lay it with some yogurt, and on top of the yogurt you add your first smoothie and then your second one. You can add whole chunks of little fruit, entirely what your team is up to, or feel like. And again, for the grown-ups, this makes it that extra fun bit of entertainment for the kids, especially trying to kill some time if the weather's not too nice outside, or even if it is quite nice and you know people are coming over the next day. This would be a handy little treat for kids instead of trying to run out and trying to find something that's laced with too much sugar. With a steady hand, Dad is pouring in our leftover. And what's also nice here, team, is that our smoothie's got little chunks in it. So like I said earlier, these little large chunks, or the whole chunks, just going to add some texture and flavor obviously at the end.
I'm going to do the second smoothie.
Okay, Mr. Moo. So if you only have one jug, quickly I'll give you a few seconds. I'm going to just rinse ours out. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit dirty, but I just don't want the colors, I just don't want the color to spoil the next finished product. So give us a couple of seconds. Jack, how about you tell our friends at home, how old are you?
6.
6, okay.
Daddy, look what happened to my lip. This got stuck on my lip.
Because it's cold, so we got metal straws and Jack says that it's sticking to his
It's
lips.
stuck to my lip.
Okay. Stop doing that. That's enough. Okay, well, it's just you suckle into your frozen strawberry there. That's why it's doing that. And see, it's a whole blockage. That's fine. Let me just clear here. Alright, so now we are moving swiftly on to our next smoothie. Now team, mango is not 100% in season right now, but the point is, again, as I started this episode, you can make whatever flavor combinations works best for you and your team. Mango is a big favorite of mine. So if you couldn't find mango, or if you had mango, there's a full recipe you can follow. But Jack and I have got some frozen banana that we always keep because handy is banana. As soon as banana turns a bit of color, so if that bright yellow that bright yellow banana is turning a little bit or getting too ripe or ripening too fast, it starts making those little black marks on the outside. Then it's maybe an ideal time to just peel that banana, put it in your freezer, and you have got a next smoothie in the making. So, excuse me, for our next smoothie, please, Captain, can you...
Start with all the bananas.
Yes. So we are adding a banana to our base. Okay.
Why can I add a bit?
Yeah, just add it at the end of the bowl. Put it there in the bowl.
Yes.
And some yogurt. No. We already got a red one. We don't need to add more berries. But again, if you want to, that's fine. But for our exercise to make a nice layered popsicle or ice lolly, we are going to try and keep the colors quite different in terms of the red and now something yellow or yeah, perfect. But I think we need to add a little bit of growling granola. And if you don't feel like granola, if your kids don't like granola, you can add nuts, their favorite nuts. Remember, when you are blending that nuts or that granola or that oats will just help thicken the end product, and it will just add a little bit of extra texture. Okay, that is perfect. Now, I think we would like to add some peanut butter, because Jack loves peanut butter. You're going to have to use your finger. You're going to have to use your finger. All right. So we have added our peanut butter. Now a little bit of honey just for sweetness. Again, a little, Jack. Please, a little.
A little?
Okay. A little bit more. Okay, Mr. Moo. And again, optional, vanilla extract. Just because the vanilla extract adds that lovely flavor to it.
Okay.
Add a bit of coconut milk to this. And we are going to add some almond milk to this. put our trusty lid on. Remember, if you don't put a lid on, it will go everywhere in your kitchen and make a big mess.
And explode.
Exactly, dude. Alright, team. Again, we're going to put the machine on. Don't push the buttons here. We're going to put the machine on. It's going to make a lot of noise. I hope you guys are following us step by step. So this is the moment where either you keep your ears closed or follow the same step and run your machine for a few seconds. Big chunk of banana. And we are back and the noise is over. So. Oh wow, this looks unreal. Yeah, you will have some wherever.
This is my red one.
No, you can't mix those two. That's just, well, you can for your ice lolly, but you've got to taste the different flavors here, Mr. Moon. Alright. Again, if your smoothie is not up to your standard in terms of flavor, like I said earlier, the berries could be too tart, just throw it back in or just taste out of the jug with the tablespoon just to balance the flavors. Sometimes you might have to add a little bit more honey. Sometimes you feel that the smoothie is too runny. Yes, we got a thumbs up from Jack, so that means we've already won. It might be too runny, so you might have to add some more granola or oats or yogurt or more frozen berries. So again, there's no right and wrong. It's not like baking, for example, where everything needs to be precise. The simple part of it is we are turning something from a solid into a liquid, and then we drink it because it's a healthy and nutritious for us, and it's nice and cold on a warm day. So I'm going to try my smoothie. Huh?
Yeah, and put it in here.
This is super, super, super. What do you want to do? Okay, so Jack reckons he's a barman. I will fill up our icicles. A barman, because a barman is doing what Jack is doing. They mix drinks together, or they mix a bunch of drinks together and then get a different result. But here Jack is mixing his strawberry smoothie with his banana smoothie. That is his preference. I'm liking my one. Alright, cool. We do also have a little bit left over. So what we are going to do is pour it in nice and slow. The reason why I say nice and slow is that it actually stays in these separate layers inside your popsicle. Oop. I'm telling you guys to do it slow and then I go fast. What a silly Billy. Okay.
I like it.
You like it? Which one do you like? Your mix? Again, guys, there's no right and wrong with the mixtures. Whatever is your preference in terms of the end flavor and result.
Daddy.
Yes, my boy.
I like both the smoothies mix.
Okay. Well, you are your own little mixologist.
What's a mixologist?
Exactly what you do. You're a specialist in mixing things. Yo, this jug is quite heavy. Might have to use 2 arms. I'm gonna have to tax myself, guys.
Learning these taxes.
I've taxed myself. Wait, don't push my hand, Billy. Just want to make sure. And fill it up nicely to the top.
To all the way to the top.
And the just have the rest of my smoothie. Then you're going to put your popsicle or icicle stick in your finished product.
Good item. Yours.
Okay, you are Mr. Tax, eh? Put the stick on, put the stick on. Now kids, unfortunately, this will not freeze immediately. Remember, your freezer needs to be super cold and it will take definitely more than 2 hours for this to cool down. So hopefully by dinner time this will be ready. But if it's not, you can have it tomorrow night for dinner, or you can have it for lunch when you get home tomorrow. That is if your mum and dad or your caregiver gives you the go ahead. Please don't say Vic said you can have and then it was not the right time of the day, because nobody needs to get in trouble. We're going to bring this to the front of the camera so you guys can see.
It's rainbow.
That's what I meant earlier, if you got the nice layers. Now imagine if you do 3 types of smoothies, you can have 3 different layers, or you have little chunks of fruit in there to have your finished product. But that, whatever goes or works for you, that is entirely up to you. I'm going to put this in my freezer, and then we're going to cheers with our very nice homemade smoothies for today. Wow, at this rate I won't have my own smoothie because Jack is eating.
And I took Daddy's. That's bad.
Good, tax man. Alright.
Daddy.
Yeah, just as that's enough now. So thank you again, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. If you liked today's recipe, go and check it out again on the Taqueen website. We have plenty of other cook-along recipes, both in English and Arabic. And come and cook along with us. These things you can do on the weekend, and it doesn't have to be following the live episodes that we are doing, but this is something your kids can definitely enjoy when you do want to spend some quality time, especially when you do find, just hang on my boy, especially when you do find that things are getting quite busy in along work or other responsibilities. Spending some time in the kitchen with your family is a great way of doing some very good quality family time where you get to interact with your children, get to learn about them, get to find out what they were doing today or during the day at school. So I find the kitchen quite therapeutic after a long day to just interact with my team and my family, to go through what they've been up to, and also this way they get to find out what I've been up to during the day at work. But until next time, thank you so much for joining us, doing great smoothies with me in my kitchen hand. Jack who?
Duplessis.
Okay, Jack Duplessis. So that's us signing off. Until next time, see you soon.